Dear God, Mom says we are adjusting to our new family. It isn't always easy. We went from being just me and Mom and Lee to me, Mom, Lee, DJ, Maria, and Frank, our new dad. And sometimes Naomi when she's not at school. Mornings are crazy. People trying to get to work and to school. And the worst? The bathroom. Frank just says, hurry up! Mom says the girls should all go first. DJ really didn't like that one. God, everyone always makes jokes about how I'm kind of geeky. And sometimes they even seem to forget I'm there. But I thought there was a better way. I put up a schedule. It allows 7.7 minutes for the guys and 12.5 minutes for the girls. If we all schedule our breakfast in staggered times, we can all get through our morning without a traffic jam. It's worked for 3 mornings. Dad says the only traffic he worries about now is on the way to work. Mom said I was doing the good work I was made to do. God, thanks for helping me see how I'm made in your image. Love, C.
Hi, everyone. You picked a great day to be here. We're here today to talk about creativity. Creativity is imagining what you could do because you're made in God's image. God made each of us in His image. He made us to be like Him. We can use the creativity He has given us to make a difference in the world around us. Speaking of creativity, let's play a creative game I know you're going to love to be creative in the kitchen when I'm baking. All right, so I have 2 ingredients here to use. 2 ingredients we often see in the kitchen is salt and sugar. They look a lot alike, but they taste very different, don't they? If you can mix them up when you're baking, it could be a real problem. So actually, there are a lot of foods that use sugar and salt, but you've got to have a perfect amount of each one of those to get the flavor just right. So for this game, I'm going to name some foods someone might make, and I want you to vote if you think the recipe calls for more sugar, right here, or more salt, which is right here. So if you think the recipe uses more sugar, I want you to stand on your right foot and raise your right hand like this. All right, if you think the recipe uses more salt, then stand on your left foot and raise your left hand like this. All right, if you're ready, let's go. So do you think Pixie Sticks have more sugar or more salt? All right, and the correct answer is sugar. So if you guessed sugar, you got it right. Let's go on to the next slide. All right, potato chips. Do they have more sugar or more salt in them? All right, let's see the answer. If you guessed more salt, you're correct. Next slide, please. All right, cookies. If you think they have more sugar or more salt, go ahead and put your answer up. All right, the answer is more sugar. You guessed that right. All right, our next slide is ice cream. One of my favorites. Does it have more sugar or more salt? All right, answer is sugar. You guessed correct. All right, next slide is guacamole. Do you think it has more sugar or more salt in it? All right, and the answer is salt. If you guessed that, you are correct. All right, let's view our next slide. A pretzel. Does it have more sugar or more salt in it? All right, and the answer is salt. If you guessed that correct, you are right. The next slide is brownies. Does it have more sugar or more salt in it? All right, and the answer is sugar. If you guessed that correct, you are right. The next slide is cake. Chocolate cake, one of my favorites. Does it have more sugar or more salt in it? All right, and the answer is sugar. You are correct. All right, and the next one is broccoli. Does that one have more sugar or more salt in it? All right, and the answer is salt. If you guess salt, you are correct. And the last slide is French fries with ketchup on them. Does it have more sugar or more salt? All right, and the answer is more sugar. If you guessed that one correct, you are right. That was so fun. You all are really good at that game. You knew that baking could be who knew baking could be so creative? Speaking of creativity, Jesus always found really creative ways to teach people. Our story is about one of those times. But before we get into it, let's take time to sing. Let's stand up and worship him together.
Never will run dry. It's an open heaven you're releasing. We will never be denied. 'Cause we're stirring up deep, deep wells. We're stirring up deep, deep waters. We're gonna dance in the river. Dance in the river. Stirring up deep, deep wells. We're stirring up deep, deep waters. We're gonna jump in the river. Jump in the river. Deep cries out to you. Deep cries out to you. We cry out to you, Jesus. Falling into waters, calling out to you. We're walking into deeper waters, going after you. Goes to the left, then we'll go to the left. And if he goes to the right, then we'll go to the right. We're gonna jump, 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 jump in the river. Jump, 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 everybody. If he goes to the left, then we'll go to the left. And if he goes to the right, then we'll go to the right. We're gonna dance, 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 dance in the river. Dance, 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 everybody. If he goes to the left, then we'll go to the left. And if he goes to the right, then we'll go to the right. We're gonna shout, 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 shout in the river. Shout, 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 yeah. Deep cries out to you. Deep cries out to you. We cry out to you, Jesus. Deep cries out to you. Deep cries out to you. We cry out to you, Jesus. presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, and you are mine.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. And now for an amazing story.
2,000 years ago, crowds of people followed him everywhere he went. They wanted to see Jesus and hear his teaching. One day, as a crowd was gathering, Jesus went up on a mountainside and taught his disciples. Listen to what he said in Matthew 5:13. You are the salt of the earth, but suppose the salt loses its saltiness. How can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything. It will be thrown out. People will walk all over it. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Jesus said that people are like salt. Let's see if we can understand what he meant by that.
Excusez-moi, but I think I can help.
Mr. Michael, what are you doing?
I do not know if this Mr. Michael you speak of. I am Pierre de Flevor.
I'm sorry, Pierre de what?
Never mind, I can help you.
Help me. How exactly are you going to do that?
You were about to explain saltiness of people, and I think I can do it better. First, I will need a volunteer. You will do. Here, eat this. It is salted. Eat up, eat up. It is good, no? It is good, no?